Alright, so apparently Brian Stelter has been rehired at CNN, and I think this video that I'm about to make might be the most I go in on somebody, for now at least. Now, if you guys don't remember Brian Stelter, um, give me 1 second here to pull up a picture of him. Brian Stelter was one of the big guys at CNN during the Trump administration. And you guys know CNN during the Trump administration was, and still is, nothing but like echo chambers for far left. And then Fox became nothing but an echo chamber for the right. So before you go off on me, any political video I make, I say this. I don't give a fuck about either side. I think they're all corrupt. I think the entire system is made essentially to just keep people, normal citizens, poor and make the elites rich. That conspiracy, I guess. But, anyways, for a picture of, this guy, I got it right here. Now, this is actually a biography, I think. But yeah, this guy, yeah, Brian Stelter. Now, the problem with CNN is, when Trump first announced he'd run, and, in 2015, because he announced he was going to run for president years before that. He always said he would run. He had Oprah endorsing him, if you guys don't remember that one. But, yeah, he was one of the main guys with Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon that brought in the viewership that they had. But, now, if you guys remember, CNN was bought by supposedly a pro-Trump businessman, and for a little while they were shifting to the right, and their goal is to become more moderate. But I think because of the fact they saw the viewership tank as much as it did, like when Biden's administration first began in 2024, and then not only a few months after, articles were coming out about CNN, MSNBC, all these left-wing media sources lost majority of their viewership and their audience. Their videos would tank. They still do. And I think that has to do with, one, lying constantly, two, fully pandering to one side and instead of telling the truth. And two, Brian Stelter was one of the main guys that called the Hunter Biden laptop situation Russian disinformation. Look how that one turned out. They championed the Mueller investigation, which, no matter how old you were, I was, what, 13, 14? And I remember when that came out, because I've always had an interest in politics, right? Reading through just the surface of the Mueller investigation, you knew that was bullshit. And, with every other thing the media and the justice system and Congress and the Senate has brought against Trump, each and every fucking thing they bring against him is weaker than the last. Like, to me, the dumbest one by far was both of the ones in New York with the Stormy Daniels hush money case. When you look at it, they actually rewrote the laws to convict him. Like, that's something you can't deny is they literally went ahead and changed part of the New York criminal code that has been there for decades so they can throw on the felony charges. And when you look at that though, they set the um, they set his court date right around the election. And like if that doesn't show you already, it's like if you weren't shown enough already and like not seeing majority of what they throw at them is just political warfare. And like, do not get me wrong, with every politician and Donald Trump especially, and this is coming from a Canadian, our choices aren't any better. But like with Donald Trump, he's a controversial figure. Well, when you look at what he did on a national scale for the economy, uh, you know, as far as employment, the overall prices of goods, he did that better than the past two presidents did before him. I would argue he's the best world leader of my lifetime. Which, when you say that sentence out loud, it's kind of sad that the best politician I've seen in my lifetime, in my opinion, has been a celebrity. Because I find with every politician that comes out now, whether it's American, whether it's Canadian, whether it's Britain, any country, I find that they will say everything to get them elected. They will be the most populist candidate up until they get the super PAC money and the big donations. Then they become a corporate shell. Every single one of them. It happened, the crew of AOC, Ilhan Omar, even though they're still progressive, they follow the money. Elizabeth Warren, Andrew Yang, who I thought Andrew Yang was, I still think Andrew Yang is a really good candidate, but I think he sold out. And in Canada, this is why it pissed me off so much because we have a candidate called Jagmeet Singh. He's the leader of the NDP party, which is the New Democratic Party. It's supposed to be a middle ground party, but the NDP are even further left than the Liberals. The gender, all the culture war buttons, they fucking press them constantly. And in Canada too, it's written in a law where you can't say much against it without criminal repercussions. $250,000 fine if you misgender somebody and you get tried on that. That's the maximum for that one. And before you say, oh yeah, I doubt that ever would happen. It's happened a couple of times. I was bored the other week, right? And with the misinformation law, the Bill C-63, that I forgot if it went through or if it's still in the process of going through. Like, that law right there, I don't see how any citizen can agree with that. Like, I feel like most normal, uh, most people who are not extreme on either side don't trust the government for shit. Like, can we be honest? They never do the right thing. But, like, man, when you bring back Brian Stelter, and, you know, we have our ones at CTV and CBC and all our Canadian broadcasts, which is bought and paid for by the government, literally, by the way. Um, you know, it just it shows that the descent of traditional media is way too far gone to fix. Um, you know, like I don't think many people have cable anymore. Like people use Cody or they use some kind of other app or something like that. But like yeah. Um, but who knows? CNN, they clearly know they need to pander to that side to get the votes. And you know, at the same time, by pandering to the far left, you're indirectly pandering to the far right because you know the far right will watch you if you're pandering to the far left. Vice versa, I'm pretty sure you know most of you are smart and understand how these political channels on YouTube and on television work. They 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 all they all they all will claim their own bias, but they take a side. It's human nature. But yeah, we'll see where this fucking oh my god. Like, dude, out of anybody in CNN, though, and I think this is a part where this video gets shadow banned. Which, if you're still watching this part of the video, I appreciate that. But like, dude, his voice and like, look, I read this video. I talk funny. I can't stand his voice and I don't know everything about him. The look, like he looks like a penguin. Um, like, dude, his nose too is like I haven't seen many noses more like I don't know. I know it's weird to go off on his nose. Like I've never seen it more narrow but rounded. Like his whole head too. Like I said, he looks like a penguin. He looks like a penguin. But I don't know. He'll probably end up getting millions of dollars from CNN. They'll be pushing that fucking stupid. Like I would not have a problem with the biased media if they weren't trying to initiate the culture war because that's when you use words like fringe and extremist and all these trigger words, like you're riling up not only the other side, but your side as well, and they willingly do it because they know that fact. They know they're gonna get the people amped up. Like I blame the news more than anything for what happened. That fucking January 6th incident. Such a stupid fucking like. Oh my god, like, okay, this video is in shadow banned now. It's shadow banned already. Like, my problem with January 6th. Do I like that it happened? No. But like, you're gonna make a big fucking deal about it. But like, you're gonna let all these Democratic cities have their capitals vandalized, taken over for weeks. Like, does nobody remember when you had entire cities being taken over by protesters? Um, which I'm not saying all of them were bad, but you know, then there were a couple, a lot of bad apples, and like it definitely lessened the blow when you saw what happened on January 6th after you watched you know years of people burning buildings and burning flags and fighting people, all this stuff. I don't know. I think it's all stupid. But anyways, best of luck to this chubby little penguin. Let me know what do you think about him going back to CNN. I doubt any of you watch the mainstream news though. Like I don't. I only see clips. But anyways, other than that, thank you for watching. Peace.